Hey, what is going on, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Quarbit, and I'll be your host today for Europa Universalis 4. Welcome back to another run repair, where today we have an Italy who, by all means, is actually doing pretty okay for, well, what it looks like right now. Generally speaking, this isn't the worst campaign I have come across for the, run repairs so far. There was one I was looking at earlier today, which ended up being rather unsalvageable for multitude of reasons. But this Italy, for a campaign in 1704, has actually done a lot of things right here. Now, you might look at this and say, Quarbit, things are obviously not looking right here. But I beg to differ for a few reasons. One, the military technology. I hate seeing it when someone gives me a save and their military technology is like 3 or 4 military behind the rest of the world, okay? At that point, you've pretty much, if you're not prioritizing your military and trying to keep it up to date, you've pretty much just lost already. Because if you happen across one of those military techs that's like, a military tactics or it's a land morale or something, you've pretty much lost a good majority of battles against someone who has that advantage over you. But in this case, the player does have the military technology, which is great. A second thing is that they have taken the idea groups. Hallelujah. You have taken actually pretty much everything in here, which is fantastic. Like, you've gone through almost everything. I would have preferred if you took innovative at the beginning. I think that definitely would have been better. Innovative now, right at where we're, sitting at in this point of time, it's not that great because a lot of your bonuses are going to waste, obviously. So your technology cost would have been, a lot better for the whole campaign. Your innovativeness gain, well, it's okay, but it would have been nicer again at the beginning. Possible advisors is a so-so thing. Your institution spread is pretty much useful for only one institution, so it's not worth much. War exhaustion's okay. Yeah, no, the rest of it's okay. Advisor costs for early game is fantastic, and you don't really need it, but that's fine. Absolutely fine. Now, this player started off as, I believe it was Milan? Yeah, your capital is... No, your capital would move to Rome, wouldn't it? Yes, it would. It used to be Milan. You can tell because that is a massive amount of dev here. And that, I think, is the reason the player is a great republic right now, which is pretty nice. As well as having this parliament. I do see you took the support the war effort, which is great, because we have a war to fight here. If you didn't notice, we have a bit of a war to fight. Now, you're probably thinking, Quarbit, there's no way we can fight this war. You're seeing the numbers, 74,000, 25,000, 81,000 right there, another 50, another 10, another 5, 70,000. There's just no way, right? Well, yes and no. Over here, I literally cannot tell you how you did this, because I have literally no idea how you got this far in this punitive war, because this is impressive. I'm impressed by your performance in this punitive war. By all means, you should not have won this, or you shouldn't have gotten this far, because if you look at the numbers, you've done some ridiculously powerful stuff here. You've done some incredible battles, obviously, and I'm rather impressed by that. It looks like you don't have any colonies, which is totally fine. You don't have to have colonies, that's okay. But you do have a giant coalition. Well, it's really 2 coalitions, and that's what we'll talk about in a minute here. So the fact that it's 2 coalitions is great, because this one, with the obvious 700,000 troops, can be pieced out really easily, actually. We can't do much over here, because we would have to, we'd have to get a little more war score before we can demand anything here. But I'm thinking about starting immediately with the tribute, actually. Because we can actually fight this one. This one has, roughly 200,000 men, and you have an economy to support this war, this punitive war. Not the other one, but this one, definitely. You also have a bunch of free policies available, so let me try and grab a few of those, especially in military and admin. National tax would be ridiculously powerful for you right now, because you make bank, honestly. You make a lot of money. I feel like you were playing a bit of a tall game here. That's what it feels like. Yeah, I think you were playing a bit of a tall game. 15 times, 3 times, 6 times. I don't know. That's kind of the impression I've gotten here, which is why you're so powerful, despite not playing tall. Not playing wide, sorry. So, let's start off very quickly. We're going to go ahead and give some things away for this tribute. We're gonna cancel Austria as a subject. It would be nice to have as a subject. But I don't know if... what cores does Austria have, actually? Oh, they do have a lot of cores. But you own, like, almost all this land anyway, so they're not too terribly useful to you. Yeah, I would definitely get rid of Austria as a subject. Because they're not powerful as a subject. If there's anyone you would want to get a subject as, it would probably be like Bohemia, which has a couple of cores here, and they're rather strong. Looks like Brandenburg has just absolutely crushed the entire HRE. Surprised it even exists at this point. And Poland is apparently the Holy Roman Emperor. That's a little bit cursed, but okay. Okay, yeah. Let's start off with this. Get rid of Austria as a subject, and I was thinking we could sacrifice a bit of Portugal, but what ends up happening is we try to release something in Portugal. They end up saying, hey, we need this, you know, as part of the deal. And I believe it's Trier is all we need, so Trier, get rid of Austria, and you're pretty much done with this whole thing here. Boom. Perfect. Now you are fighting a total of little under 200,000 men. However, this is actually pretty winnable if we manage to move some of the troops across. The thing is, they have a navy, but I think the entire navy's up here. So we'd have to come back around first. But yeah, we do need to move these guys around, because you're not fighting anyone down here, I don't think. No, just everyone's up here. Okay, cool. Okay. You're definitely a trade fleet, but you're gonna stay here. You're not moving. You're staying there. You are kind of a mix. You have two navies. Okay. How about we group them up, because we need this protection here. Let's get this one. Do we want an admiral, or do we want points? We definitely do want an admiral right now. As for everything else here, how's your war exhaustion? Exceedingly high. Okay, we could either buy that down, or we could go ahead and give ourselves this policy to help us out. Right now it's going down by 0.02, but it will definitely start going up. If we do, you know, if we don't do enough here. Available mercs. How many do we have? I think we have more than enough mercs. Though it doesn't really tell us how many. I don't think we need those mercs. But we will go for the artillery combat ability. That'll be nice to have, because you seem to have already switched over to the purely infantry and artillery, which is good. 1704, that's about the right time to have that. The thing is, your Diplo production's so weak, because your Great Consul is absolute garbage in Diplo production. Which is kind of understandable. I kind of feel like we should swap out Innovative. I don't feel like Innovative is the right thing to take right now. I feel like Influence might be nice. Influence might be a good idea for you. It depends, because you can't do much expansion for a while. You know, you guys, I didn't show you this map yet, but now you can see it, you kind of understand what I'm looking at here. Your expansion is rather limited for a very long time, because the Ottomans will be breathing down your neck after... Yeah, you have about 8 years until the Ottomans start breathing down your neck again, and this won't go away in 8 years. Guaranteed, will not. Yeah, not even slightly. So, maybe we just won't touch the idea group yet until we figure out another path to go down. Yeah, we won't touch those for a little while, I think. We will do this, though. That minus 10. We can do this. 81, that's 91, that's fine. We can ask for that, and then in not 5 years, but whenever that goes back up, we can ask for a little more. Okay, let me decrease a bit of war exhaustion, because I see you have some unrest. And a couple of rebels. Yes, you do have a couple of rebels. Yeah, up in there, that makes sense. Okay, let's slow this down a little bit. Who you're fighting is Brandenburg. Sorry, I keep canceling. So let's start with some spy network in there. Yeah, this is a manageable coalition. This second punitive war here is potentially winnable, or at minimum white peaceable, which is what we like to see around here. Let's see how the other things are allocated, like your other estates. How is this? You're collecting in here, I believe. Are you collecting in both? So you're auto-collecting in here and collecting from both. This is actually probably your best possible situation here. I also noticed you have level 1 on like everything here, which is kind of interesting. Definitely over here you would want to have more of that. Probably just like have everything level 2. We can't do that now because we're at war, but afterwards I'll try and keep a mental note of that. Book conversions. Religious unity is surprisingly good. I am impressed with this, actually. Okay, so for all intents and purposes, this player's rather good so far, from what I can see. It's just a bit of a mishap, I guess, with the AE. I guess you took a little more than you expected, and you ended up in this situation, which is totally fine. It's very fixable, actually. It's not a problem at all. Let's just take it slow, and we can, you know, fix things pretty easily. We'll have to move back and keep certain areas alive here. I think another problem is that you do have level 2 forts, and you are in the end game. That's one of the things I do see quite often that could potentially do a lot of damage to your late game, is having low level forts, because they just melt like butter. So you think you're safe from the forts, but then they go down in like 3 months, and you're like, well, okay, there it goes. So yeah, let's move these guys over here. Let's move you here. Let's move you here as well. I'll move you into Palermo. Let's move into here, actually, so you don't have to cross anything. Yeah, let's move into here. War exhaustion. Yeah, it's really high. I'm wondering what we should do about that. The national unrest is relatively good. Yeah, because your Republican tradition, parliamentarism, just positive stability, enemy atrocities. Oh, I guess someone just sacked one of your capital, not your capital, but one of your forts, which sucks. And you do have a tad bit of corruption, but it looks like you're rooting that out just fine. Yeah, I'm really glad your economy is so powerful, or else this would be a little bit harder of a war to fight. But so far, so good. Let's check your combat width here. 38, okay. You have a decent amount of manpower, but I would like to start using mercs, because that's gonna run out rather quickly. We want a 38 front and a certain amount back. That's 9 with a total of... There we go. That's 38, I believe. Then the back row, we could go with a few cannons, maybe? How many cannons do you have? 23? Make that even and grab a 24th. Let's do that. As for these guys, if we were to group them up, that would give us, you know, 50,000 strong, which is pretty good. We're just going to prepare you a few more mercenaries on your arrival. Should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, we just need to move people from North Africa, and we should be totally fine. It's the manual way, I guess. That sucks. Yep, losing sieges. That's fine. That's... Sorry, move you guys here. It's gonna take 4 trips, unfortunately. Syracuse, back over here. Come on, get on transports, send you over. Grab you here. Move into here. Siege of Terora's over. Yeah, they're moving fast. We need to group up the army. Make sure we can move fast. Okay, this is looking okay to me. 37. I thought I ordered 38. Must have done that math wrong, huh? Or did I? Yep, I did that math wrong. Okay. Let me grab a 38th right here. We could grab you your next thing, but I would prefer to grab some sort of land concessions in an area that wouldn't hurt as much. Somewhere like, I don't know. Actually, I have no idea where. But let's move the armies. Let's send them all the way up here. At least start to unsiege some areas. Let's be on the move. No, we actually forgot some people. Okay, we can put them in the path, at least. Tlemceni Separatists. How about we... Well, what's your absolutism? Doesn't have a very high cap, but it's actually pretty okay. Okay. Okay, how are your reforms? Which ones do you have here? Corruption, fantastic. Random candidate bonus, okay. Union of States, global trade power, pretty alright. Parliamentarism, very nice. Stability cost, okay. Nah, that's whatever. Morale is very great. Instead of, okay, yep, good, good. Diplomatic possible policies instead of, okay, yeah, fine. Okay. I was just taking a quick gander. Okay, so when it comes to things like your separatists that you'll have down here, you'll have to deal with those after this war, probably. So even if they do rise up, we'll just come back and deal with those later. You'll have a few extra years, but right now we have a bit of a focus to deal with. Okay, let's go and get rid of the stack on Milan. The Navy doesn't have much to do, except it could just stay around here, I think. I don't know if they'll bring their Navy all the way down here. I don't think they will. The AI tends to like to play defensive unless they're doing a naval landing, which they don't usually do. So I think it's relatively safe to go ahead and just push these guys into Ragusa. Unslightly damaged. That should be okay, I think. Let's go and grab that fort. And that is an absolutely crushed Brandenburg force. Stack wipe, thank you. Let's go to the next area. All we need is show superiority, and it looks like we can grab that really easily. Minimum white piece, hopefully take a little bit of something. What I really want is just like money, concessions, and stuff like that. Obviously no territory. This is, you know, a little more than I would have liked to see this aggressive expansion at already. On the bright side, you might have a chance at remarrying Portugal, or re-allying Portugal. Denmark is a possibility as well, but they're actually replaced by Lübeck. Crimea, Polotsk. Poland would be a fantastic ally, actually. Holy Roman Emperor would be amazing as an ally. Yeah, I think this whole thing came from a culmination, as you probably lost allies from the defensive aspect of these wars, which is what I'm thinking. Probably ended up happening, which is okay. Yeah, it just happens sometimes. Oh, and I forgot this guy. Send him up there too. Okay, let's speed 5 this, because we're just gonna get things done. The war exhaustion is slowly going up because blockaded home ports. So where do we have blockaded home ports? We don't. Not that I can see, at least. Nothing here, nothing here. No, we don't. We just don't have any. Occupied home provinces? Understandable, but... Lost the siege of Vienna, that's a shame. We're capped on military. Okay, what can we do with this? Not much. How's your professionalism? Because I might do something that sometimes annoys people, but I think it's a good tactic. When you're capped like this on military, well, unless you don't have the Enlightenment. Well, the Enlightenment's spawning pretty quick for you, isn't it? Well, yeah, 5 years. You're going up really fast, actually. Seat in a parliament? Yeah, exactly. Fantastic stuff there. Pretty great stuff. Okay. We don't need to invest it into developing it then, so we can just develop your professionalism a little bit. Getting rid of some of the bad guys. Like, this one's not so good. This one's okay. This guy's not so good. These 3 are fantastic. This guy I will replace with his superior version at the bottom there. If he weren't on a fort, that is. How many are we above? Ah, just a few. I'll get rid of the worst ones then. Which would be you. Yeah. And preferably, not this guy, but this guy right here. I would actually like him to leave if possible, so... we need to do this, and then... Unfortunately, it doesn't work the way you think, where you can just transfer all of them and then, you know, transfer back. What we do need to do is do this. Swap him for, you're the 6341. So let's get a 6653. Move him back over. Get rid of this guy. So now you're just one over. But you still only have 2 armies, so let's pick the best ones. We have a 6643 and a 6344. I think I do prefer the siege over the extra pip you could have with that. Yeah. Okay, so these guys are your new generals, and we won't be capped on military for a little while. What we can do is potentially barrage these back if we really wanted to. But I'd prefer to barrage when we're on the offensive. Maybe. Perhaps. Or maybe we could barrage at any time, actually. It doesn't really matter when we barrage. Barrage for the faster siege in any capacity, really. Because you're making a lot of military points. In fact, if we have extra military policies, well, the Diplo rep isn't that important. But you do have your reputation sabotage, so maybe we would want that. It's just not that useful, in my opinion. Let's go over here and start sieging down parts of Brandenburg. I don't know why I said that in a weird way. Move you into Würzburg, please. Thank you. You'll be done relatively soon. I'm a little afraid of the giant stacks we have here, but I do need to, like, unsiege some things, so... what do we have here? Election in the Great Republic. Okay. Yeah, these are all random, guys. I haven't played Great Republics, but definitely this is different than your usual Republic. Lose 15... Okay, your Republican tradition is actually going pretty well, actually. Romeo Corsini elected. It's already been changed by 1, so he's a 624, right? Okay, that's not bad. A 334 is more balanced, but a 624 is 12 points. Well, this is not 12 points. This is 10 points, so... Probably prefer the 12 points, right? And no, we will not let the lottery decide. I think your Republican tradition, for now, would be okay with doing this. Romeo Corsini. Next time, though, definitely go with the lottery, but for right now, I think it would be great if we did this. Harsh treatment cost, yes, beautiful, love that. Absolutely love harsh treatment cost. Because over here, harsh treatment costs like nothing, and you can increase your absolutism up to your maximum. Because Age of Absolutism's ending soon, actually, so let's boost up a bit of your absolutism while we're here. That should be fine. Everything else I'm pretty sure wouldn't have been as useful. Yeah, no, not as much. Discontent zone, yeah, it seems like everyone in this entire game hates you right now. Which is understandable, because yeah, you did some bad things to, you know, the entire European population here, except for Portugal and maybe Aragon. I think you expanded a little too aggressively into the AHRE, bud. I think you went a little too hard on it, bud, but we can fix it. Definitely swap it to war. That'd be a great idea. So we'll unsiege some of the vital forts here. In fact, I think we'll barrage. We're going to use your military power quite liberally. I'm not sure if you were saving that up or anything, but we're going to try and finish this war quick. And get a lengthy truce where we can. Go and barrage that one as well. There we go, beautiful. Send you down here for a couple of these stacks, I think. Clean them up a little bit. Oh, where are you going? Here? Let's get rid of you guys. That is a farmlands. Maybe I can scare you into... Never mind. Pause for a second. We can spend some money for 50 admin. Is that worth that? That's a lot of money for 50 admin. At that point, I would say the admin is worth less than that. The 10 admin is not worth as much. I would love to grab this, actually. Okay. How about... I'm just looking at your buildings. No manufactories. Oh? Why is that? Are manufactories not unlocked yet? No, they definitely would be, because manufactories as an institution has passed by. Why aren't you able to build manufactories? I guess there's literally no spot in the entire game. I think you're literally building manufactories in every possible location. That's why your economy is so disgustingly powerful. Okay, I figured out the... I've answered the riddle. I've solved the puzzle here. It's because you have, like, literally in every single one of your provinces. Yeah. Everywhere that can have something, you put it there. Jeez. You filled up, like, all your slots. That's the definition of playing tall, I suppose. Okay. Yep, that works out fine. That totally works out. Okay. No problem there at all. Let me just go and try and clean out the Brandenburg troops here. A 6344 versus a 6354, although I'm pretty afraid of the full Prussian idea group, so let me take a look here at army quality comparisons. Now our discipline is... Oh wait, our discipline and morale are higher than theirs. Ooh. You have played a very nice game here. Just a very small mishap. I'm sure you would like love to play this game or continue playing this campaign because it's really good. You've done a really good job here, actually. Like a pretty incredibly good job. Crossing, fair enough, but yeah, your morale and discipline are crushing. Absolutely crushing. Lose a bit of loyalty and gain some stuff, or gain some influence. I don't like the burghers having high influence. Especially when we already expect a -10, or sorry, a +10 in 5 years. So I think I'll do this, which is a bit of a shame, but oh well. They should have no problem winning this unless they do something stupid, which they very well might. Let me see if I can get into there fast enough, because they might just keep spam reinforcing. So let me go in there and fix that up. Make sure I win that. There we go. Very nice. Okay. That works out for me. What else can you have here? Standardized uniforms. Great. You didn't pick that. I'm proud of you, because that's a garbage thing to take, in my opinion. Okay, I mean, so far so good. We now have positive war score on them, and we have the ticking war score from that battle. That was a really big battle, actually. Yeah, that's 20 from battles. Okay. Ridiculous. How powerful that is. Okay, so we've sent them on the run, which is great. We're going to have to go and siege down a few more things around here. Let's start with some other parts of Brandenburg. War exhaustion is going up. We could bump it down a little bit, but does that matter? Do we need to? Yeah, maybe. Maybe. Let me look at this for a second. I think I will take this, actually. Oh, was that a free policy? Did you have an extra free policy there that I didn't notice? You must have. Oh, yeah. A base of 1 free policy. So I should have noticed, right? Yeah. Definitely should have taken that from the beginning, then. Because that's going to help out your war exhaustion by a lot, so. Apparently, because I've blockaded my own port, I think. I've done that, and it's somehow raising my... Is that really raising my, No, it wouldn't be. I don't know what was blockading me then. I'm a little bit confused, to be honest with you. A little confused, but I have the spirit. So let me move those guys over there. They're running away. Ooh, and then they're going back. Interesting. I feel like we should still be able to win this unless they spam reinforce. Yeah, no, brilliant rolls, brilliant morale, brilliant discipline. I'm really proud of this person for their good campaign so far, making it very easy for me to fix this. What kind of guys do you have here? Level 1s? Okay, listen, you have one of the best economies I think I've seen from a save, you know, from a save your campaign type of thing. You could definitely afford something a lot better than what you have here. Spy Network Construction's one of these guys, so a half cost would cost like 10 a month, I think. And it's just because your army's so expensive, but you have a ridiculously good economy that I'm actually willing to go ahead and bump you up to this guy. I'll keep the missionary strength just because of what it is. We might want to do a bit more converting. But when it comes to this guy, we could probably just upgrade him for some more points. Because you actually do have a good economy. Like, you don't need to be afraid to spend these points here. Okay, wonderful. I mean, so far so good. I'm just checking the time on this because it's been a while, I know. But I mean, it's actually a really, really easy war for me to fight here. Let me go and just barrage that real quick. So I can, you know, in and out, get rid of this. Thank you. Ooh, that's a thick boy. That is a large stack. I don't think I can take that stack on right now. Can I scare it away? Can I go here? Maybe that was a bad idea. No, that was an absolutely fine idea. What on earth? While it lasted, that was a good idea. I mean, that's literally their entire army you see right here. Except for like the few, maybe 10,000 stragglers. I'm surprised we held on this long, but yeah, let's bring them back a little bit. Still more than enough from battles, but that's the entire army they had on that. And they've lost 180,000 while we've lost like half of that, less than. Which is great. I do see most of this is manpower based, which is okay. Using your manpower is fine. That's why it's there, so that's not a problem. Let's give this guy an extra tick to move. Extra tick to repair before moving. I kind of do want to make sure they don't take Würzburg back. 15,000, totally fine. If they come and try to help, then there's nothing they can do. We'll have this army coming in to back them up as well. And that is a gone Brandenburg army. Ooh, baby, that's some spicy stuff there. Let's press forward. Gone. Keep going. Wait for it, wait for it, wait for it. Gone. Oh, I love your army so much. This is fantastic. If we wanted to be super aggressive, we could even go as far as to just spit in their faces and take this stuff. And because Austria actually lost, we could technically re-release Austria as a vassal. No, that's stupid, but, no, seriously, we might be able to take some of this stuff here. Because at this point, like, is your aggressive expansion salvageable? Who knows? Is the coalition gonna happen regardless? Is the question to ask right now. Like, if we take this stuff, everyone's already angry. But how much angrier would they be? I don't see any new names on this list here. Like, Venice would have joined, Tunis would have joined. There's not a single new name on this list. So technically speaking, you could send it a little harder. I could for you, actually, but I feel like that would be kind of counterintuitive. Because then you'd end up in the same situation where you have a... Yeah, no, let's not do that. Let's play the peaceful, you know, empire here, and let's not take some stuff. Aggressive expansion is not going to help you right now. Unless you got, like, Poland as an ally. Portugal, who's pretty much dead, actually. Aragon as well. Maybe if you could get France as an ally, then that's it. That's over. That's a 100% win. France on your side? I'm guessing you might have had that already. Maybe not. But yeah, France on your side, Poland on your side, you might actually be able to pull something off like this, which is stupid, but like it's true. France and Portugal and Poland? Ooh. If you could pull off something like that, you could definitely do this. I might want to do the risky move and actually do that. I don't know. In any case, we can actually keep going. So let's send you over there. Let's send you up into here, into Braunschweig. Because their entire army's just been thrown back into Brandenburg. And yeah, the AI hasn't updated their forts either, so... This should be relatively easy to finish off. There's that siege. Send you down here and get rid of those guys. If we could take Berlin, that would be fantastic. But, I don't know if that's worth our time investment, instead of just sieging down some of the other forts. I think the clergy have very minimal influence right now. Try and bump that up a little. Having a strong clergy is nice for that tax. Let's try some location that already has some relatively high autonomy. I don't think you have many of those, actually. Yeah, you don't. And really giving anything to the clergy kind of hurts, because you're pretty much losing some production on the things that you have high development in, which is like everything, so. Unfortunately, though, those extra points are worth quite a lot. At least that much would be good. Give you a little bit of extra tax as well. Clergy can have this little area down here. Palermo maybe I shouldn't have touched, but oh well. Revolts, I think they just crushed someone, actually. Let's see if I can go into here with Zurich. Or, looks a little unlikely, really. This siege is done by me. We'll go into Vienna. Let's calm down and see what we're really doing here. We're going into here. Wallerstätte. Waldstätte, sorry. I said that wrong, I think. No, I didn't expect you to all still be there. Well, that's fine. Apparently this is fine. They're losing... Oh, wow. Jeez. This is impressive. I feel like you could have done this without my help. This has been a pleasure to fix. Well, quote-unquote fix. There's not much fixing here. I mean, this is a really solid campaign, I have to admit. Like, you would have been fine without me, I think. Absolutely fine. Let me see if I can go up here and get them off of Braunschweig. Hopefully before they do the siege, you know, any time now, any day. Any day now would be great. Also with Vienna, I would love to have that siege right now. New election, okay, so we're gonna have to do it by the lottery, I think. Ooh, and we got a pretty good guy, actually. Actually got a pretty good guy. Okay, that's cool. Ooh, that hurts, but I think I'll take it anyway. Just because your army's so powerful. But I don't have much of a problem with doing that. Although this roll I do have an issue with. I just need some good rolls. Please give me some good rolls. Not a good roll. Not a good roll. Not a good roll. Okay. That was a good roll, but it's too little too late at this point. RIP. Unfortunate. Though those numbers are looking good. We'll just keep moving forward at this point. War exhaustion, I'll dip it down a little bit, not too much. Tunisian Separatists. So far, not so bad on the Separatist front, actually. I'm surprised. But you're doing pretty okay. Let me go ahead and grab you in Belgrade. No, that's not Belgrade. That's Belgrade. Ooh, you're gonna do this to me, game? Really? That's how we're playing this game today? You're gonna have them retreat to my... or go to my retreat location? Well, I mean, they lost anyway. I guess it's a technically good way to recover morale, but like, wow. Really? That's how today is going, huh? Okay. Sounds fine with me. We can also embrace the Enlightenment, which is fantastic. Absolutely great. Are they gonna try and attack me? Please try and attack me. Ah, shoot, they're not. I just need you down to low again. Which would just require, I think, one battle. Separatists are Serbian. They're down here, which is fine. Oh, well, yeah, there's the battle. Okay. 55%. I could take these things. It would be a little bit risky to just take these three provinces. This would outrage everyone. Everyone would be furious. In fact, it would bring in someone new. So maybe I'll just take the forts and just peace out. Do you have claims on anything here? Yeah, okay, you do have some claims here. I would have preferred this claim for the fort and that claim for the fort, but you know what? I feel like claims generate less aggressive expansion, I'm pretty sure. At least I'm pretty sure, I have no idea. But it's a punitive war, so I mean, also not really. Technically, what you should do in a punitive war is literally just take money and then, like, peace out. Yeah, maybe we should. We have different ideas for other things. But we will punish Brandenburg, I believe, in some manner. You know, have them release a few nations like Saxony as well. In fact, if we could do something... I want to, like, kind of nation ruin them a little bit. Like this. Cut them in half. You know, release this nation, cut them in half. It's a little bit of aggressive expansion, but it's not much. You don't really need the money, which is why I didn't take it, but I think this would be a solid peace deal. Release these two nations, cut them in half so that, well, you know, hurts their pride, but it also helps you out a little bit. It's easier to just take this stuff. In fact, I think I've just encircled 2 forts here, so have fun with that. That's pretty easy. As well as all these claims are now available to you. I would like to take... This is a claim, and this is a claim, but we don't have the ability to do that. Ally Poland. Get rid of you. No ally with them. Just barely. But I would like the French alliance as well. Ooh, that went from possibly to no really, really fast, actually. Jeez. How about Portugal, then? Yeah, that's fine. Poland and Portugal is equivalent to, like, one France. So, I don't know. Doesn't really matter what we did there. Let's move you guys back into here. Let's move you guys up into... here, I guess. Let's do a little more converting. We can take ourselves off of war and put ourselves on stability, I think, because our war exhaustion's still high. We can look at our coalition, which is actually, you know, I think when you fight off a coalition, it decreases their actual aggressive expansion opinion of you by a certain amount. But just in case, we're going to try and be more friends with some people. Yeah, we have free reign over a bunch of alliances. Just take every alliance that we really could possibly take right now. Maybe not all of them. Maybe not all of them. But some of them. Can I ask, would you become my vassal for free? No, because I own some of your cores. How about this guy? Member of the Empire. Right, members of the Empire generally don't like doing that. They don't... It doesn't automatically mean no, but usually it means no thank you. How about Crimea? You guys hate me, right? Yes, fair enough. Okay, I'm pretty sure that's relatively saved as a campaign if you want to go that far, but we have a few more things we can do here, I believe. So let's move you guys to Rome. Let's upgrade the entire navy here. Can you guys be upgraded? Attach upgraded fleet. It's just you that needs to be upgraded, or... Oh no, you need to be upgraded. The whole thing, I think. Yeah. Okay, solid. Upgrade everyone here. We're going to rebuild your navy as well. I think you don't have a flagship either, which we should probably make for you. I have a good idea for one. Maybe I'll just talk about it instead of actually making it, in case you do want to make it or not. I don't know. But we're going to build you a bit of a merchant fleet here. Sorry, those are frigates. I'm so stupid. Why did I just make a bunch of frigates? Get rid of those. I don't want frigates. Sorry. Let me replace these with a bunch of heavy frigates. Those are my trade ships, and I want a couple of those. 16, hopefully. So we can build up your merchant navy a little bit here. On top of that, I think I'm going to invest in a few two-deckers. At least... I want to say at least 10, to be honest with you. As for your Trabucules, I'll go with... at least enough to move like half of an army. So that'd be 26. Let's bring you 4 more. Bring up to 30 there. Archipelago frigates are also very important for fighting in the Mediterranean. So we'll just fill up the rest of our possible building size with that. Sure. That's totally fine. Okay, so far we're looking pretty good, I think. We have a little bit of a truce with some nations, which means we're going to survive a little longer, which is nice. We can get rid of all of our forts, I believe, which will save us a bit of cash as well. Brandenburg just rivaled us, which is understandable. We'll rival them back, actually. Build some buildings. There aren't too many that are really worth it. I'll grab, like, maybe a few in here. What else do we have here? Counting houses. Some of these are worth quite a lot, actually. Let's build a few. We can take... Sorry. We can take this. but it's very expensive. We'll just let it continue on for the next 7 years, I think. Just do that whole thing. We'll let time pass by, and we'll build up a few ships. What we should do, actually... Yeah, we should move these guys over into here, I think. Truce was expired with a few people, but we have a lot more friends now. An alliance from Algiers? I don't think so. I would much rather just vassalize you, actually. Which they would accept. As a vassal, I don't know if you have... You do have a couple cores here, actually, so maybe we should make you a vassal and use that. That'd be quite nice. Serbian Separatists, so we'll raise this up. Just in case. We'll move you over to here. In fact, I think we can just use this guy, right? I'll get rid of those. Probably. Probably well enough. Yeah, there we go. I don't think we actually need this army over here now then, huh? In fact, we can do that, which is just fine. Excel manufactories will do this. Okay, so the goal is to have enough allies and friends so that when the truces expire, you might have the coalition, but maybe it'll be smaller? That's not really how that works. Anyway. Yeah, it's not entirely how that whole thing works out, but whatever at this point. Let's go ahead and run through your innovative, I guess, since that was your plan, so I might as well just go ahead with it. How about we move you guys to an area that you don't get attritioned on, which unfortunately appears to be here. Yeah, okay. We can guard that area. Oh, hold on. You're fine here, actually, in Slavonia. So we'll do this and get rid of those over here. Various little areas every now and then. Probably because just areas owned by the burghers, I'm assuming, are probably rather upset. Which is totally fine. Let's bring up the navy, except for this one, and I'll send you all over to here. We're gonna have a few more ships spawning in too, but that's fine. So you guys can go protect trade in... where was it? Ragusa, I think? You guys can chill out. Sorry, you can protect trade. Ragusa. Over here we'll improve the relation that France has with us. Which means they will not join the coalition. Not that they can at this point, but, you know. Who else would join when this whole thing's over with? Probably, like, everyone here. So we should definitely try and improve relations with a whole bunch of people. Probably. Then we'll have one free diplomat to, you know, look around and see who would ally me. I'm guessing, actually, an alliance with Algiers wouldn't be so bad, now that I think of it, because we can boost up this relationship speed really fast if we do things like offer military access is one of those as well, guarantees as well. Stock exchange. With you, we'll give you a guarantee. We will do a whole bunch of stuff and just create a vassal out of them, because they do have a few cores, which would be quite nice to use. Let me get rid of you, and you, and you. Bring you into there. Everyone who's a light ship can protect trade in Ragusa. You can also go there. And what about these ships? You guys can go over here as well, I think. Offer military access to get to 170. And although we can't royal marry, that's fine. Oh, Algiers is also our religion, I believe, which is fantastic. Okay, good stuff. Let's move these guys back over to here. Which I think we can do all at once now. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Now, one of those things I talked about beforehand was doing this, which is upgrading all of these to get you ridiculously more, you know, a ridiculous amount in here in terms of your potential to have this trade. You're not actually state. You're not actually state either. Neither are you. Okay. World port in Venice might be not a bad idea, but we are at 100% in Venice right now, so we don't actually need to improve Venice at all. Over here, we could invest in a world port. Trade value modifier, that's not what we want. We want trade power, which means it doesn't matter. It's all based on development then. So Firenze would be better than Genoa. Or it should be better than Genoa. Oh, autonomy, of course, okay. Without autonomy, though, it would be better. Or actually, Roma would be fantastic to increase to a world port. That should save you quite a lot, or, you know, give you a bunch of money here, I think. 56%, which is probably a rather large increase. You're making a ridiculous amount of money per month now, by the way. 127 ducats is rather nice. What else can we do here before I hand this back to you? I mean, other than the vassalization, you're in a really nice spot, actually. Like, I don't need to touch anything else. I think I probably should hand hand this stuff back to you. After I kind of force you to improve your forts, because some of these really, really need to be improved. You don't need this one here. This one should be improved here. Anything that's not mountains, I'm kind of hesitant to have a fort on in the first place. So like this, I don't think you should have a fort on. Farmlands, I'm not so sure about this one either. This one's okay because it's hills, this one mountains, farmlands, but it's kind of in this location, so maybe it's a good idea anyway. Right, yeah, just improve a couple of the forts in certain areas. Because if the coalition does come back, if it does, you know, strike back, then you'll at least be able to defend yourself a little bit easier, and maybe win that big one too. Depending on, you know, if your allies join you, you'll have the Holy Roman Emperor on your side, you'll have Portugal on your side, you'll be rather big. I think this is enough for you to, like, pretty much have half of Europe in your faction, which is definitely strong enough for you to do, you know, whatever. So, keep improving relations. I don't know why I stopped doing that. Ooh! They've started this war. Interesting. Interesting. I never really intended to have this be a thing, but you wouldn't have a problem with this war at all. Like, Poland would probably beat this war without you. Poland has pretty good morale, pretty decent discipline. Let's also check war enemies and allies, actually. So when it comes to morale, Poland beats Russia. When it comes to discipline, Russia actually beats Poland, which is a bit of a shame. When it comes to armies in total size, Poland might actually need your help in this case. Okay, we'll go out. I guess we can go and help Poland out a little bit here. What I would do personally is just sort of stay in this area and make sure they survive. Something like that. Just go and siege down a couple of things. I don't know, do I want to hand this back to you in this state? Probably not. So we'll just go ahead and keep things the way they are. Keep going ahead. I'll hand this back to you when I feel like, you know, you're not in a good location to make your own decisions. This wouldn't be a decision you can make on your own. Because you really want this Poland alliance for the everything here, so... Keep Poland alive, Poland keeps you alive. Capiche? Poland is actually really strong anyway, so I don't even know if they need your help. But I'll lend them a little bit of aid anyway. Age of Revolutions has begun, fantastic. If you haven't taken your golden era, I would suggest doing so relatively soon. I will not make that decision for you, but I will at least do this sort of a thing. Okay, so your navy's been, I think, relatively fixed. We don't need to do much with the navy. Our goal is Moskva, which, dude, oh, you went imperialism, dear lord, okay. Morale of armies goes down, rip. But if we do this, if we do have 6 maneuver, I think we'll get a crossing on this, but oh well. Oh, no we won't. Okay, we're fine. And Russia should absolutely melt. Okay, yeah, if we're doing that kind of damage to Russia, I don't think I really need to play out this entire war for you. I think you understand what to do at this point. But yeah, the coalition's been saved, everything's been fixed relatively. The next time it comes back around, you'll have Poland and Portugal on your side, and, I mean, at this point, I think I've fixed most of the things. You do have a little while before the Ottomans come knocking again, but what I do suggest is not taking much more land in the future until the Ottomans are, or at least someone who's big is below this massive, like, 50. This at least below 200. I mean, come on, man. Now, in fact, you might be able to score an alliance with Great Britain, actually. Oh, personal union under Poland. That's disgusting. Wow, I really wish I'd never seen that. Okay. On that note, I think you kind of understand the gist here. War with Russia should be easy. Don't use too many resources on it. Just a couple things here and there. The coalition will strike back. If it ends up being like half a size, you can declare on one half, and then the other half will build against you. If they declare on you, peace out with the first one. You know what I'm saying. Really shouldn't be that bad. Your game was wonderful to fix. Very nice. I love what you've come up with here and actually doing the right things here. It's not all too often you see that, so I appreciate making this easy for me to save. Hopefully, you enjoy me handing this back to you, and hopefully you can continue in a relatively decent manner. For now, though, this is Quarbit signing off, and as always, have a fantastic day. I'd like to give a quick thank you to the following March patrons. In the $1 tier, we have Quiet Guy, Quagersol, Rising Runner, and DLNM. In the $5 tier, we have Odie, and in the $20 tier, we have Chewy Shoot. Thank you guys so much for helping out the channel. It means a lot to me, and as always, I can't possibly thank you enough.